Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Friends, let us all study, investigate, and practice the real words of the Buddha. Real words of the Buddha can be found only from the original discourses of the Buddha, which are known as early discourses of the Buddha. Tonight, we are going to study some verses of the Buddha from the Dhammapada and Sutta Nipata. This is our Dhamma talk number 56. Tonight our topic is what is to be abandoned from our home. What is to be abandoned from your home, our home? What is the home? This home is to be understood first. In order to understand this home, we are going to understand the Buddha's first exclamation, the paean of the Buddha, right after his full enlightenment, right after the perfectly self-awakening. You know, as the Buddha practiced under the Bodhi tree throughout the night of the full moon lit night of Vaisakha in the month of May 588 BCE, as he was practicing throughout the night, by dawn he realized this Dhamma. He realized the real nature of himself as well as the world, as well as the others. He realized three major principles in the world. What are the three? The Four Noble Truths, the dependent origination, and the three characteristics of existence. With these three, he understood the 37 factors of enlightenment and the whole Dhamma. With that realization, Buddha expressed his paean, his appreciative expression, exclamation, uplift. The Buddha said, through many a birth I wandered in samsara, seeking but not finding. The builder of this house sorrowful it is to be born again and again. O house builder, thou art seen. Thou shalt build no house again. All thy rafters are broken. Thy rich fold is shattered. My mind has attained the unconditioned. Achieved is the end of craving. That is his exclamation, Pian's exclamation. In this verse, Buddha said that he was wandering in samsara. You know, samsara means going from birth to birth, going from birth to birth, not physically but mentally. Mentally, we are wandering in samsara. There are 31 realms where we all are born again and again. That is sorrowful. Buddha said, sorrowful it is to be born again and again. All beings are born again and again, die again and again. So the Buddha wanted to find how this house is built. Who is the builder of this house? So what is the house? That is what we want to understand now. What is this house? Is that this body? No. No, not this body. This body we have only in this life. When we go to another life, we have another body. If we are born in animal realms, if we are, suppose we are born in heavens, no such body like this, no body like ours. If we suppose we are born in Brahma world, Brahma realms, no such body like ours. They have mind. They have subtle body, that is true, though they have no body like ours, this fleshy body, with flesh, blood, sinews, bones and such things. No such bodies for devas or brahmas or hungry ghosts even. Only humans and animals have body like ours. This flesh, bone, sinews, such a body. So then, what is the house? What is the house? Buddha said, the builder, seeking the builder of this house, I wandered in samsara, seeking the builder of this house. Who is the builder of this house, and what is the house? Both these are to be understood now. Friends, this house is nothing but the five aggregates of clinging, five aggregates subject to clinging. Five aggregates subject to clinging is the house. It is the home. It is our home. Because we are clinging to these five aggregates. That is the house, or that is the home. Five aggregates are our home. Then who is the builder? Who is the builder of this house? The builder, O house builder, thou art seen, you are seen. That is what the Buddha said. Thou shalt build no house again. No, you can't build house again. All thy rafters are broken. The house is built with the support of rafters. And there is a ridgefold as well. Thy ridgefold is shattered, the Buddha said. Ridgefold, what is ridgefold? It is the fold on the top of the house, on the roof. There's a ridgefold to which all rafters are hooked. Now, when the ridgefold is scattered, rafters are broken, no more house. So the house builder cannot build a house again. That is what happened to him. That is why the Buddha said this. Thy ridgefold is shattered, thy rafters are broken. My mind has attained the unconditioned. This unconditioned is to be understood. This is not actually unconditioned. That translation is, I don't agree with that translation. We'll come to that. Now first understand two things. What are the two things? The house and the builder of house. The builder of house is this. Achieve is the end of craving. This is the builder of house. Who is that? Craving, urge, thirst, craving. Craving is the builder of this house. So what is the house then? House is the 5 aggregates subject to clinging. In other words, 5 aggregates affected by clinging is the house. It is all the time, wherever we are born in these realms, wherever we are born, in any realms, the house is there. We are building the house. 5 aggregates. We have 5 aggregates wherever we are born. We are not leaving behind 5 aggregates here when we die. Some people, those are not knowing the Dhamma, hastily say that 5 aggregates means this body. We leave behind this body, these 5 aggregates. No, this body is not the 5 aggregates according to the teachings of the Buddha. 5 aggregates are arising, perishing in the 6 sense bases all the time. 5 aggregates are connected with consciousness. Consciousness itself is part of the 5 aggregates. 5 means form, feeling, perception, volitional formation, and consciousness. Consciousness. The first 4. What are the first 4? Form, feeling, perception, and volitional formation. These 4 are called stations of consciousness. Stations of consciousness. Vijnana Thiti in Pali. Vijnana Thiti in Pali. So they are the stations. So consciousness is all the time with these 4. What are the 4? Form, feeling, perception, and volitional formation. That is how we have to understand. So wherever we are born, we have consciousness. Wherever we have consciousness, there are these 4 as well. That is how we have to understand that 5 aggregates are all the time, all over. Wherever we are born in samsara, we have these 5 aggregates. Those who have doubts, please read the connected discourses of the Buddha, chapter 22, discourse, seed discourse of the connected discourses of the Buddha. It is very clearly said in that particular discourse. Now, so the builder is the craving. Builder is the craving. It is because of craving we have attachment. We cling to 5 aggregates because of our craving. We have explained this again and again. I would like to talk about that a little bit. Now, whenever we see the objects through the eyes, whenever we hear the object through the ear, whenever we smell, whenever we taste, whenever we have tangible, tactiles, or whenever we think of something, we are thinking, we grasp something as a form. The form arises. That is what is happening. Whenever we perceive, form arises in the eye, in the ear, in the nose, in the tongue, in the body, and in the mind. When the form is arising as word links, we cling to that form. That clinging is the result of craving. When we see the object, either through the eye, ear, the nose, tongue, body, and the mind, whenever we see, whenever we hear, whenever we smell, whenever we taste, whenever we tangibles, whenever we think of the form, we want to keep it as mine. That is the first step. Mine, then me, myself. These three are the results of craving, tanha. We try to grasp things as mine, me, and myself. It is because of that craving, attachment arises. The Buddha said, tanha paccaya upadanang, dependent on craving, attachment comes to be. It is because of that attachment, existence comes to be. Upadana paccaya bhava. That is what is happening. So, it is now, I guess it is clear that craving is the builder of this house. What house? 5 aggregates affected by clinging. Affected by clinging. If there is no craving, no attachment, no craving means no builder. No builder to build this house. The problem is the builder. As long as the builder is there, he or she is building this house, the house of 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates means suffering. Buddha said 5 aggregates affected by clinging means suffering. What is the cause of suffering? Craving. It is to be removed. Once it is removed, that is called cessation, liberation, for which there is the path. The path is the Noble Eightfold Path. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. So unconditioned is unconditioned means beyond conditioned. Condition means things which are formed or created with the support of 4 elements. These conditioned things are called sankhata in Pali. But in this case, not conditions. These are not conditions. Here the Buddha used the term sankhara. Sankhara and sankhata are two different things. Sankhata are conditioned which are outside, which are formed or created by somebody. Those are called conditioned things. Conditioned things. But the Buddha, in this case, in this particular verse, the Buddhas talk about not sankhata but sankhara. Visankara. Sankhara means whenever the sankhata, whenever a conditioned things is reconstructed, reconditioned inside, sankhara, volitionally formed. Here in this case, volitional formations. Buddha completely eradicated, exterminated all volitional formations. So the Buddha went beyond volitional formations. No more volitional formations. Completely, entirely destroyed all volitional formations. What are the volitional formations? Volitional formations of unwholesome activities done, unwholesome things, and volitional formations of wholesome, and volitional formations of jhanic results. All these were seized by the Buddha. Completely, entirely, totally cut them off. In such a way the Buddha went beyond. No more volitional formation. That is the meaning here, friends. Okay, now let's go to another verse. Now the things, what are the things to be removed, abandoned from your home? That is the topic. Once referring to Venerable Anuruddha's sister, Buddha gave a talk where the Buddha said, this is according to the Dhammapada, verse number 221. Buddha said, what are the things to be abandoned from this home, from this house? What is the house? What is the home? 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates affected by clinging. One should give up anger. Anger arises where? Anger arises in the mind. So mind is where? In the eye, in the ear, in the nose, in the tongue, in the body, and in the mind. The mind, the thought arises in these 6 sense bases as 5 aggregates. Whenever the 5 aggregates arises, these thoughts pop up. These thoughts arise. What are the thoughts? Anger. Anger arises when you see something, when you hear something, when you smell something, when you taste something, when you touch something, when you think of something. Anger arises. Then Buddha said, give it up. Give it up. Give it up, anger. That is one thing to be abandoned from your home. Anger. Then said, renounce pride. Pride. What is pride? Conceit. We have three types of conceit. Superiority conceit, inferiority conceit, and equality conceit. Three types of conceit. Whatever conceit, to be renounced, to be cut off, extirpated. Pride, conceit. Now that is the second thing the Buddha pointed out for us to remove from this house, from our home, from our mind. In short. Then the Buddha said, overcome all fetters. Overcome all fetters. So where are the fetters? Fetters, friends, you know there are 10 fetters. Of the 10 fetters, the first one is called personality belief. There are 10 fetters through which we are bound to samsara. These fetters are to be cut off in order to release from samsara, in order to attain enlightenment. So, 10 fetters. Of the 10 fetters, first one, personality belief. What is personality belief? Personality belief means clinging to these 5 aggregates. Again, Buddha said that. So you see, when the Buddha talked about suffering, Buddha said suffering means clinging to 5 aggregates. When the Buddha explained what the personality belief is, again said 5 aggregates. Clinging to 5 aggregates affected by clinging is the personality belief. It's clear. So, we have 10 fetters. Let's understand the 10 fetters, namely personality belief, doubt, clinging to rules and rituals. These three, first three. If one cuts off these first 3 fetters, one can enter the path as a stream enterer. So one becomes a stream enterer. If the person can cut off these first 3 and attenuate, weaken the next 2, sensual, clinging to sensual desire and fatigue, sensual desire and ill will, these 2, then the person becomes once returner. If one cuts off all the first 5 fetters, which are called lower fetters, which are bound to which we are bound to this sensual world. You know there are 3 types of world: sensual world, material world, and immaterial world. We are bound to sensual world through these first 5 fetters: personality belief, doubt, clinging to rules and rituals, sensuality, and ill will, anger. These 5. If one cuts off these 5, totally cut off, one becomes a non-returner. If he dies, he will be born in a particular realm called pure abodes, where he can complete his samsaric journey. Means he or she can attain enlightenment over there. He doesn't want to come back. That is why he is called non-returner. Then, friends, there are two more which are bound to, through which we are bound to material world and immaterial world. Clinging to material world, clinging to immaterial world. These two are to be cut off only those who have developed jhana, and only those who have clung to jhana. Otherwise, you don't want to cut off these two, because you have not bound to. You have not developed jhana. If you have not developed jhana, should you cut them off? No. Then next one is asmi mana. Mana, there is mana again, conceit. There is a conceit. That is conceit of I, that is called, it is me. It's a conceit. You think that it is me. It's I am consciousness. Mine, myself consciousness. Yeah, you have conceit. Then agitation and ignorance. Those are the 10 fetters. All these 10 fetters are to be cut off to attain full enlightenment. So the Buddha said here, now overcome all fetters, is clear, overcome all fetters. Then suffering never befalls him who clings not to mentality and physicality. What is mentality and physicality? Mentality means feeling, perception, volitional formation, contact and attention. These 5 are called mentality. It is not mind, but mentality. Why they are called mentality? They are the qualities. They are some qualities of the mind. Not the mind, but some qualities of the mind. And then physicality. Physicality means 4 elements or their derivatives. So mentality and physicality is only 1/2 of the cycle of samsaric cycle. Samsaric cycle is formed together with mentality and materiality, mentality and physicality and consciousness. That means mentality and physicality, both these are 1/2 of the cycle. The other half of the cycle is consciousness. I guess you can understand that. Otherwise we can discuss. And such a person has no attachment. He or she is completely detached. Such a person. The other day we talked about Pingia's story. I guess last Thursday we discussed about Pingia's story, who went to the Buddha and said, Bhante, I am old, weak, my color gone, my eyesight is not clear, my hearing is faint. Do not let me perish confused along the way. Declare the Dhamma that I might understand the abandoning here of birth and old age. Birth and old age are to be abandoned. Birth and old age are the results of birth. Once we are born, both these are inevitable. we have to accept. With the same package. We get this as a package. You cannot get only birth. Birth, old age, sickness and death. All these are one package. You have to get that same package. Then as he requested the Buddha advice, Buddha said, having seen those stricken by forms, what is that form? Again, form of forms through the eyes, form of sounds, form of smell, form of taste, form of touch, tangible, form of mind. 6 types of forms. Buddha said, forms. People who are heedless, they are heedless. Heedless people are afflicted by forms. It is because of their heedlessness. They are afflicted by forms. Those who are heedful, mindful, are not afflicted by forms. They know the form. They know feeling, they know perception, they know volitional formations and consciousness. They know 5 aggregates affected by clinging. They know. Whenever they arise, whenever the 5 aggregates arise, they know, and then as they know, as they are mindful, as they are heedful, they do not cling to 5 aggregates. If they do not cling to 5 aggregates, they cut craving. No more craving, no builder they are to build this house. That is what the Buddha wanted us to do. The Buddha said then, therefore finger, being heedful, abandon craving. Before that Buddha said, abandon here and birth. Abandon form. Buddha said, abandon form for an end to renewed existence. Abandon form. Buddha said, abandon form. Then the Buddha said, abandon craving. Craving for an end to renewed existence. If there is craving, there is renewed existence, renewal of existence. Again and again we are born because of craving, because of these 5 aggregates affected by clinging. Clinging arises because of craving. This is why, friends, we have to be mindful, wise, vigilant, to understand craving. Whenever craving arises in the eye, whenever craving arises in the ear, whenever craving arises in the nose, whenever craving arises in the tongue, whenever craving arises in the body, whenever craving arises in the mind, we have to be mindful, fully alert, understand and remove it. Remove it. Cut off craving. It is the way. That is the way to peace. That is the way to realize real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. When should we do this? Buddha said, whether walking, standing, sitting or lying down, See, not only on your cushion, not only while you are on your cushion for meditation, cross-legged, sitting nicely, erect body, closing eyes, no, not only that time. It's fine, we can practice by that time too, though this is to be practiced while we are walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. All the four postures. That is the instructions of the Buddha. The Buddha said in a particular discourse named walking, chara, from the Iti Uttaka, and also in the Anguttara 4, connect numerical discourses, chapter 4, Buddha said, whoever is not practicing while walking, standing, sitting, or lying down, whoever is not practicing in this manner would never come to realize real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. But the one who is practicing, who is applying this technique while walking, standing, sitting, or lying down, overcomes such thoughts, this form, feeling, perception, volitional formation, and consciousness. Whoever cuts off these discursive thoughts, whenever they pop up, whenever they come to your mind, whoever overcomes such thoughts, whoever is delighting in the stilling of thoughts, stilling of such thoughts, he will definitely experience this real peace, real happiness of Nibbana here in this very world. That is the words of the Buddha. Friends, let's all understand this wonderful teachings of the Buddha. Let's read these discourses, understand these discourses, and put them into practice in our daily life so that we can live happily, peacefully, light-heartedly. And one day we can close the eyes peacefully. That is the purpose of this life. Let's all practice this Dhamma. May you all realize this real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.